Hey guys, Control here. Today's video is going to be on Yasuo Swain. This is a deck that I just love to come back to. Obviously, it has Swain in it, so I'm a big fan. But I also like Yasuo a lot, and it's one that I have not played in a little bit. Basically, since the start of the X pack. So I'm happy to revisit it. And right now, it's actually a deck that I think is a lot stronger than you would imagine right now. Does very, very well into one of the most popular decks on ladder, being the Darius plus Harrowing list. I found that every single time I keep this list into it, it's quite simple because of all of your stuns. And intimidating roars are really, really insane. You do have a super good way of stabilizing late game with the Leviathan plus Swain as well. Realistically, like, this deck is a Yasuo deck, but it is also a Swain deck. So you're working with both of these combos to kind of, well, I guess synergize with each other. With, Yasuo later on is kind of a finisher. When you have Swain plus Leviathan up, you're killing everything instantly. And then the Yasuo also does level up as Swain. So they kind of work hand in hand. And once you kind of get to that end game part with this deck, you kind of are just unstoppable because you have multiple threats that are really, really big. You do have a deny you can run 2 if you want to kind of beat Runations, which are sort of popular right now as well. So you could run 2 of these if you want. It's also quite good against the Harrowing as well. I chose to just run 1 because, well, I'm a fan of cards like Dragon's Rage and Might. And I kind of wanted to run both of them because I like the attack cards with the Swain. I found that they were both really, really good. And, well, I need them, to be honest. It makes the game a lot funner for me. So I'm a huge fan of that. But if you want to run 2 denies, you can. Other than that, the deck is pretty straightforward. It's very similar to the last version that we played. Big thing right now is the Sentry and just other stun cards just being very strong in the metagame due to just being very good against cards like the Noxus Overwhelm kind of package, like Iron Ballista, the Basilisk Rider, Darius, that kind of stuff. It's also good in a lot of other matchups, like you can stun an Anivia so the Anivia doesn't get an attack, yada, yada, yada. Basically just good. So we talk about the deck now. Early game package, you run Disciple, Twirler, Transfusion, Flock for your first kind of 4 cards on the list. Transfusion's just strong. Keeping everything up is very, very good. Protecting your units like Swain and Yasuo later on, and obviously getting some damage in with Disciple is very good. Fateblade Twirler is a card that can just win games on its own. Absolutely bonkers and a dumb unit that just is crazy when you play it with Intimidating Roar. And I mean, I've got a couple wins with Dragon Rage just on like a 17 attack Twirler. It's kind of insane. Very good card. Flock is just very good for scaling Swain. Very powerful card. Not too much to say about it. Just good. Disciple is imbalanced. Probably going to get nerfed. That's it. Sentry, just touched on that, but very, very good card. It's like a 1 mana cheaper and playable unit version of Concussive Palm, which we can kind of tie these two together. Concussive Palm is very good because you can play it during combat. Obviously, it does get taxed with the 1 more mana price added to it, but that's fine. They're both very, very good. Scale Yasuo quite quickly, and they're just very powerful to block, you know, these big kind of stronger champions like Darius from just going in. Huge fan of them, very powerful cards. Shadow Assassin, there's a lot of elusive units on ladder, and she is very nice for blocking. So no complaints about that. You buff her up, or just like, you know, chip damage like a buffed up elusive unit, then you play Flock Clear. Basically, that's about it. Also, just cycle, this card's very comparable to like an Azure Drake and Hearthstone. Just good, solid, nothing to complain about. Powerful unit. Deny is the 1 of, it's fine, just like a tech card. You can run it as a 2 of if you want, you know, if you feel like there's a lot of, slow, fast spells that you're seeing, feel free to do that. Refuge is a 1 of, this can also be a 2 of if you are seeing too much aggro or too much of the Darius deck. Very good at stabilizing, it's just a powerful card and our only way of healing right now in this deck. So, you know, very good card in some matchups. You might keep it if you have a very good hand. I feel like most of the time it wouldn't though. Will of Ionia, nothing to say, imbalanced card. Yasuo, you can kind of tie that with Swain again, cornerstones of the deck, reasons why it works. You get this guy leveled up, and he just absolutely clowns everyone if he sticks. It's also pretty cheap, so he's a cool champion that has a very unique effect that can be played early on in the game, and is pretty powerful as a 4/4 with quick attack. Intimidating Roar, I like this card as a 2 of. It's very, very strong, and actually won me a lot of games when I was playing. There's a lot of cheaper things on ladder, and I mean, getting that stun off, leveling the Yasuo quick, or getting a Twirler to be massive is insane. Even just as a card that can stall the game and block a bunch of your opponent's units from attacking so you don't lose the game in, 1 turn being like turn 4, 5, 6. It's very good. Super strong card. Swain and Leviathan, not too much to talk about. Very, very good cards. And Reckoner is one that I think is actually decent. I played this as a 2 of. You just stick it against the Harrowing decks, and I mean, their smallest units is gone. Couples really well with Yasuo, obviously. I mean, gets them leveled up pretty fast because it's 1 out of 5 every single turn. And I mean, post level up, you're just doing 5 damage to literally everything. So, pretty good. Literally the lowest attack unit that you're going to be stunning, basically. Very strong now. And Dragon's Rage is just a good attack card. I mean, very, very strong in this deck with like Swain. You get a combo with that. And I mean, the Twirler, those are the 2 obvious ones. Leviathan could work as well because I mean, this card does have Overwhelm too. Overall, a very good deck though, and one that I think is kind of underrated. I think it's a lot stronger than you think it would be. And as far as Mulligan goes, I would recommend looking for 2 drops. Yasuo, Shadow Assassin could be fine as well if you have like a 2 already. Sentry plus Flock is a very good keep as well. That's about it. I would say Will of Ionia in certain matchups could be okay, and Intimidating Roar in matchups that you're going to be seeing a lot of curve plays happen can be good if you have a Yasuo already. Even potentially like a Feyblade Twirler could make you want to keep Intimidating Roar. But that would be about it. I would say is about you know, your baseline's the 2 drops, the 3s, and a Yasuo. That's really what you want, and then spells to kind of help them. You know, stuff with Flock when you have a stun card's very good. Transfusion's very good with like a Disciple, for example. You know, Concussive Palm is like okay, but I mean, I wouldn't really look towards that as heavily as I would like Save the Sentry, because I mean, like say you play a 2-drop on turn 2, on turn 3 with the 1 spell mana you have from turn 1, you can still play a Sentry plus Flock, whereas you can't play Concussive Palm plus Flock, so you might not want that too much. But I mean, it's still like a decent card. You know, you might want to keep it in some situations. Anyways, enjoy the video, guys. I hope you guys like this deck. It's a lot of fun to play and one that I would recommend jamming some games with. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. And this is my literal last matchup was 2 days ago against Nick. It's funny. Literally like how I left off playing this deck the last time that I played this game. But like 50 hours ago is this exact matchup. Kind of funny. Intimidating Roar can be good. Run odds. Probably do like it enough. I think this is fine. It's not the best hand ever. It's okay though. Refuge is very good with the Twirler, assuming that I do get cards at Sun. Okay, that's pretty good with the Disciple and Twirler.
Smell that? A bite's a cooking.
Play Imbalance card and pass.
My turn.
Two free damage, Pog.
I've got your back.
Okay.
Think you're fast?
That's a 4-3. 4-3 is scary. Big time scary. Concussive Bomb's good.
One banner, one destiny.
Ah, fuck. Oh, dude. Oh, us the Chapper Nick boys. Oh, dude. I don't know how many cards he has for the Allegiance. Obviously Misfortune, but I don't know what else, man. That is actually just so sad, dude. Love Ute? No way. The man himself. Wow. Last few games I played against Navi, he's gotten super unlucky and like surrendered turn 5 every single time. So I feel like it's time that I get unlucky now. And he gets to claw my cheeks. I like Flock, I like Twirler. Double Yasuo's not bad. I feel like freeze plus calling is going to be something that happens a lot, and you know, it's one of the things that's going to be good into the Yasuo for sure. Swain.
Think you're fast? Cute.
Play Twirl card. I'm pretty happy about that, to be honest. Obviously, like that little guy did. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. This is a bad hand, boys. It is a very, very bad hand. That is a bad look, too.
Is a leaf's only purpose to fall.
Flash trees will not make me very happy here. I think you actually pass basically every time here. For me, at least.
I will unite the Freljord.
He has no spell mana in them. So I attack that and get 4 damage. So he gets to open and do stuff. So I can hit him with the Steel Tempest into Palm. Can maybe just do that so stack order doesn't like completely just like fuck my day up? Take the 5 here. Just to kind of play around stack order. Probably should have played the Palm first though. I mean, actually I can't because like the Steel Tempest has to go during combat. So the whole idea here is like the Calling Strike was just used so liberally at first that... Okay, yeah. So... I mean, that should be like a 5-3. This will still be a thing when I do this. If that's still stunned, I could go Yasuo plus Flock into that and clear it, but I think I just go like Palm. It's hit the Ash and then just like Flock the Ash. It's that or I just straight up... I mean, it's gonna die no matter what, right? It doesn't change anything. So this is okay. I clear Ash with Flock here. I have another Yasuo to develop in a bit. I get a Shuffle off, which is a big deal. It's also still just scaling. I think like Rhyme Fang's better, to be honest, to clear. Ash is just so fucking annoying to deal with that it's kind of up in the air. Will is kind of good.
Move with purpose.
You can't sedge Calling. How much LP does rank 1 have? I have no clue, dude. No clue at all. On Europe, I know it's like a couple thousand. NA though, I really have no idea.
I go where the road takes me.
Victory requires a sharp blade.
It's a pretty bad will. I have 9 mana, so I can still Swain well and then have a Leviathan as well. But I mean,
You're mine.
not the best look in the entire world, to be honest.
Your attack is obvious.
Three to 5. It's really not great because we're out of spell mana. It's like one of the big issues of this play and why it's not that good. I also get farmed by Reckoning, which is going to come down pretty soon, and this is usually how they will turn the corner and just make these matchups kind of unwinnable for decks like mine. Because, I mean, I do have a few cards that are big enough to not really worry about that kind of stuff, but it's not a lot. Riddle Soldier. So he wants to replay that and have Reckoning up, basically, because he thinks I'm going to play Swain.
Terrain here is opinionated.
This card kind of sucks too. That's his attack phase. It's my attack phase next. My Yasuo will just die. I can't do anything about that. I could just not play around Reckoning, but I feel like I just lose him.
I need just a moment.
Let's get him to commit something with this attack.
Blade one.
This card should be dead, so like I'm just gonna do what I can with it. Sure. See, that's fine.
Fallen leaf.
I'd have to flock this round with that if I wanted to work. Which I kind of do.
Destination in sight.
All the world on one arrow.
Okay, so we lose that. I'm gonna flock 7-3 soul. Not really a choice, I feel like.
Sharpen the blade, secure the kill.
That's 15.
Fire!
15's a lot.
Glory. I'll cut them apart.
Three to 5. Swain flip means that he can clear it with... Oh my god, he's one off. Okay. One off lethal, Mr. Navute. Is there like demolitionist or something? That is fucking scary though. I'm not gonna lie. I play Battleship, I guess, and then I play Swain.
Deploying!
So he kind of knows that I have Swains. Kind of.
Darken the sky! Victory awaits!
I can play 2P first.
By my hand. Right. Grand General!
My ordering here is bad, for sure. It is probably not what I would call good.
I'll try anyone once.
Disciple Stun works next rounds.
I will play my part.
You can freeze the Leviathan. I think that's all that I really do here. It's just that, and then I have Transfusion to do stuff.
The time is right. Strike now.
I mean, if I do that, no, I need this to live though, and then I win.
Is that all?
Such little
Yeah. GG. Okay. That's kind of a tight one, not gonna lie. GG's. Dude, putting me in a 1 was so scary, man. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
remember us.
So scary. Well, I know. Almost for 20. Big debt for that win. The Harrowing deck, cool. A lot of people are grinding with this, man. A lot of people. Deck with pretty fast games. Not too much else to say about it. It's just decent. If I had a better hand, I'd actually like Roar a lot, but I think we probably just keep the Sentry. I am on evens though, which makes it a little bit worse and means that this is a little bit more high value, so maybe keep the Palm too. Sure, Will's decent as well. It's not that great early. It's better for like stalling a Darius out. It's okay then. That's how to react. These Leviathans just really want to play the video game today. Kinda sucks. I don't think I want to palm a 2-1, but it's still probably the play. Can fervor now. It's pretty low value fervor is the only thing, so that's good.
Let me show you what I can do.
How do I decide what's a mulligan and what not a mulligan? Well, I don't think there's like really any specific way that I do it. I kind of just think about what I would like for, I guess, the matchup I'm playing usually. But I don't think I have like a well-defined guide on like how I would mulligan each and every game or anything like that. It's more just like based on feel, I think, is generally how I do stuff like that.
Silent as death.
Which probably does not answer your question. Or at least doesn't do that great of a job of answering your question.
We ride for Noxus!
That's unfortunate. It's a good pre-combat palm then. His next draw is like an Elise or Harrowing then I think. Those are the only Shadow Isles cards that they run for the most part, so. Elise, Harrowing, sometimes an Atrocity, so we know that that's his top deck.
You cannot win.
Can't Transfusion here, I need that to clear these bigger guards. Also, where is my flock? Where is my Walk of Flame card? Can play a Swain. It's probably actually pretty good here. Should just be the move. He's not gonna block this. I mean, that's if he wants to do that, that's fine. It's not very good for him though. Hey, beloved 6 week, man, appreciate it. How was your stream? Let's hit the buff. I feel like it's really weird that he wants to take that though. They don't really have too many tricks. His own Transfusion, that's fine. I'm not gonna will or anything. It's okay. Definitely not ideal for him, but I mean, it's pretty bad for us now too, right? So I'd probably play a Swain just so I can have the flock online and then flock the Overwhelm card. And then we still have mana to will the Darius or whatever he plays this rounds. Should be about it. It seems like we're gonna be stabilizing with the Swain plus Leviathan stuff as well here, so actually not terrible in this exact case. Okay. Yeah, I dig it. I mean, I don't think waiting to flock during combat really changes anything here. So I think I just do this before you can play Fervor. It's good. Rank am I now? I think I'm like 300-ish. I don't know. I'm just a for fun player right now until the balance patch goes live in like a week and a half or so. Then I'll start trying. But for now, I'm kind of just not into the... I guess like current state of how the game looks like at higher ranks, where it feels like it's just like card draw simulator to me a lot of the time. So I play decks that I think are fun, and I mean we're still doing like all right, definitely not bad. Like I probably played like 20 games or so since we hit Masters, and I mean we're still climbing and everything, so it's not like it's bad. Let's go Sentry, hit the 5-4. I don't know about the greed with that, to be honest. It feels a little bit off to me, but okay. Some Hearthstone gaming? No Hearthstone for me, man. No Hearthstone for me. No issues with the game, just not what I'm playing right now.
I know what lurks.
Sure. I don't think the level up's really that big of a deal, though, to be honest. Like, cool, you can challenge my units, but I mean, I don't think we really care. Leviathan, and then the Swain will be leveled.
Destination in sight. Bring these lads.
So it's 7 out of 12, so we play the flock on like the 5-2, and then we kind of just get there. Where's blocks here? Kind of decent. He has some good value blocks, I guess. Passes his turn. I mean, I guess the thing is like this Swain isn't leveled, right? That's the big thing for him, at least. You can choose where things go and then keto stuff. I think I probably still just flock here and then force the Fervor probably. He plays Fervor, Swain doesn't flip. So like, okay. I definitely want to attack with Shadow Assassins at the very least here. So I think I do just say like play the Fervor. Force it. It's super telegraphed, right? Like this is a really obvious play, but I'm just gonna make it to force his hand. Because when he doesn't have it, it's really good. I mean, the Kato and the Elise can attack, because I mean, Swain will stun too, so should be pretty good. So to get back to the Mulligan thing though, I would just think about like what you're playing against and what you want in that matchup. It sounds pretty straightforward, and it honestly usually is. I feel like people just really overthink the whole Mulligan kind of phases of games like this. Because yeah, it is usually about that easy. You kind of just think about what you would want and just go from there.
I will play my part.
So he can go Elise plus Might into the Swain. Maybe he's playing. Be fine. Obviously we just jam like the Will and then we're chilling. The most efficient deck to climb with is something like what my opponent's playing right now. Something that's like pretty easy to play. Doesn't require like a super high level of intensive thought, so you can play it a lot without messing up. Yeah, usually just stuff like that. Nothing really too crazy when you're looking at like climbing a lot. Just playing lists that are straightforward, simple, and powerful are usually what you want to be doing for the most part. Sometimes you wonder if you lost the game because you did a bad mulligan or if you just misplayed. Can be both for sure. Mulligan, like I would say, like basically in any card game is usually like one of the higher skill cap things. Is like realizing exactly what you want in every given matchup. It's often overlooked because I mean at lower levels, throughout games you're usually going to be making quite a few errors like just through your gameplay normally. So people usually don't focus on, I guess, Mulligan as much as they should. Really, a lot of times you just find people like, I don't know, net deck whatever deck streamer #1 played and hit Masters with or whatever, and then you know that's cool, no big deal. What are you saying? Battleship, sure. So we're gonna roll that. Could also deny, I guess. I like that as much though. Probably. Will like guarantees is protected is the only thing. Whereas like if I do actually play the deny, I mean he could have another bond, right? Which I mean it's not like we're losing if that's the case, right? We're still winning with our board, so it's really not too much of anything to be like that concerned about. Should I say deny for harrowing? I mean I think it's win, right? Could be wrong. I think it's win though. So I'm too concerned about that. This is my attack phase next. Yeah. You could be right though. Yeah. There were definitely reasons why I could have or maybe even should have done that.
My conflicts and
We can
only
move.
one way.
But for like the shooters, I think that it's tough because I mean there is just like the mechanical aspect to it. Whereas with card games, I mean you're very rarely going to see a mechanical aspect to them. Roar plus Yasuo is just kind of a vibe, but I don't know if it's what I want to keep here. Yasuo on 4, Roar on 5 is kind of a thing. Can really try it. It's not like insane though. No challenger in this game. Masters is like challenger. I really don't like what they've done with the system right now as far as rank goes without there being challenger. It's basically just masters and that's it. I understand they want to do it in a similar fashion to like say Hearthstone with like Legend and Magic with like Mythic for example, but it feels like there really should be like Grandmasters and Challenger if you're trying to mirror exactly like the LP system like they have in League and TFT.
I'll try anyone.
So really good units for the Roar if you make it there, but it's like a lot of turns where you have to sit here and just do damage for.
Come here, darling.
Can't transfusion, so it's good to do this now. Sorry, he's playing Bilgewater. Fire, my bad. Card games take more mental power? For sure, yeah. I wouldn't discount FPS either though. Like those games are like very mentally taxing as well if you're trying to play like super optimally. I guess what you mean is like it's a lot easier to shut your brain off and play like League or like an FPS game at like an alright level than it is to play like Runeterra at like an alright level with shutting your brain off. And I definitely agree with that, man, for sure. Yeah, I mean like you don't really have to think if you want to play like FPS or League at like a pretty base level, whereas like even for card games you have to think, right? Because you're not just clicking stuff, you have to do like playing cards and that kind of shit. Higher levels though, it's like I would wager those games are more difficult. So I can do this, but I don't get it with Yasuo. Can also take a shit ton of damage and then do it with Yasuo next rounds. I feel like I almost prefer doing it with Yasuo and taking a shit ton of damage. No, I think League is very mentally taxing for sure, but I think at a very basic level, right? Like, think about players who just play like bronze, right? Like you're gonna be like a bronze, iron, singed guy who you just like literally run it down. You don't think, you just have a good time, mess around. It's definitely a little bit different, I would say.
Welcome to try.
Do that. But don't give me like I play League all day right now, and trust me, I think it's a lot harder to play for a longer period of time than a game like Runeterra is. So I'm not trying to like discount that or anything, because I mean it is definitely not a very easy game to play for a long period of time. Open with this. I think against these factions it usually just goes through. 5 mana. I mean, I'm trying to think. I think it's just a vibe. He's not leveled though, like it's still one off. Fury, sure. A little bit more than one then. Oh, that's okay. Also this whole turn as well. And now if he wants to block this, I mean, I guess 3-3 works for that. So 3-3 goes here. Doesn't block it, interesting. Sure. Double flux kind of awkward here. So like, would I want to just play Reckoner here? Or would I want a Refuge?
see these moves up close?
I feel like it's that. This heal. It's definitely good enough. This guy's not happy, man. Kind of feel bad for him. Sure. That's should be fine.
Underestimate. Dare you.
I'm still getting my healing off, so I don't really care too much, to be honest. Okay. Swain's kind of cool. It's like kind of close, but not like super close.
Life and death on a blade's edge.
Feels like it's just the play. Still like 3 out of 5, which is kind of bad here. But I mean, it's not like it's doomed. It's still very winnable in this case.
No prey.
MF, sure.
Hey.
I can just play the Reckoner here.
Rough technique.
Clears Yasuo, it gets kind of bad, but it's good for us now that it didn't. Battleship guy, okay. Well, swing Yasuo is kind of a vibe. Kind of confused about that. I feel like he's gonna play Riptide Rex now, maybe? Has to be the Rex, right? So just let him get the Rex off and then I go like Battleship into Swain, I guess. And then just win. Yeah. So I pass here. Okay. So there's 5 mana. I could just kick, I guess, but I think like Swain into Will's better, probably. Could also just drop this as well, block, and then just like block. It's probably stronger. I feel really bad for reaching crit dildo, I'm not gonna lie, guys. He does not sound like he's having a great time right now. And we're all about the good vibes here. Holy dude, we just got absolutely clowned. Damn, dog. Imagine being me here. With the flock, and then the Reckoner plus Yasuo is going to take over and clear that off real quick. That pass button, get the damage in. Nice clean attack, and hello swing.
Maybe I do.
So the card game point, card games are easy to play brainlessly if you get good. I think there definitely are card games that are easier to play without thinking. Like, again, I'll use the Hearthstone example, right? I think that's a pretty good game to play if you just want to shut your brain off and chill out.
Blade never gets any lighter.
If I just open attack, he like really can't ever play stuff because his Dragon's Rage and win. So I mean, we just chill now. You're kind of right though. Like Hearthstone, there's like face hunter stuff like that where you really don't have to do too much and you just get there. So I agree. But for Runeterra, I mean, there are decks like that, just not as many, I guess.
Victory awaits. Vision to see what others.
So we can actually play cards now because it played Swain. Because I wanted Dragon's Rage with Swain to win. It's more fun. So it's in a good game.
Fortune favors the bold.
I don't think you're wrong. I mean, I do think Hearthstone is actually a really good game. Its demographic is just different than Runeterra's. That's about it. I think a lot of people who do play Runeterra, basically just like card games in general, will have played Hearthstone probably a little bit earlier in its lifespan now. Right now, I mean, for me, I personally would prefer this game quite a bit more than Hearthstone. Even though, for example, we're on a, I would consider, sorry, a relatively bad patch at the moment.
What you take.
Is he gonna let me do the Dragon's Reach?
I'll be damned.
Do we get to do the Kick of Destiny here? I don't know. It's more fun when they have a board too, right? Like right now he just doesn't have a board, so doing the kick is like kind of meh.
Yeah, you don't want to clash me.
Okay, well, he saw the Dragon's Reach and he got out. GG's.
Praise the Noctora.